Hi friends, happy Tuesday! We've been knocking out videos this week. This is the third one this week in case you want to catch up. Feel free. Today I'm going to be talking about something that I'm asked about a lot, and that is my hair color. I am constantly asked about the frizz today, man. I am constantly asked about what color my hair is, what I do to keep it looking fresh, the whole kit and caboodle, so to speak. So I'm going to show you a little clip of me refreshing my roots. If you couldn't tell, this was filmed a couple of weeks ago. That's why my root color is kind of coming in a little bit now. But when I did film it, showing you what I like to use and some alternatives in case you can't get what I like to use. My hair color has been the same for quite a while now. It's just this really interesting purpley pinkish color. I love it so much. This is the longest that my hair has been one particular color in quite a long time. I tend to bounce around, but this one has been really nice. And the best part about it, because of my changing my hair techniques, my hair care techniques, doing curly girl, I don't do heat, no silicone, no sulfates, and that really helps to keep the color lasting a really long time. I don't refresh my hair color very often. I do the roots more than anything, but as you can see, the color is really consistent and it stays, and it's really pretty, if I'm gonna be honest. I'm just saying my opinion. Quick shout out to my Narwhal Nation. I love you guys so much. If you want to join the Narwhal Nation, head over to leeshaland.com. We would love to have you. We have a blast in the Discord, always hanging out. I'm always on there. It's really cool to see and be able to connect with you guys on an entirely different level that YouTube does not allow me to. So if you're interested, check out leeshaland.com and just head over to the Discord. Lots of fun. All right, so without further ado, let's get into my hair color routine. Okay, so I get asked about my hair color all the time. So I figured, I just got back from the gym, so I am a sweaty mess, which is generally when I like to touch up my hair because it's just already needing to be washed. What I've noticed is my roots are fine, but the roots in the front, because of washing my face and makeup and all that, they always tend to be needing touch-ups a lot more. So I figured I would just show you the colors and stuff that I used for it. The colors that I have been using for about a year now are from Pulp Riot. Pulp Riot is a brand that you can only buy if you are a stylist or if you know somebody that's a stylist. What I use is Pulp Riot Jam. I absolutely am obsessed with this color. I found that I cannot find a color that is exactly like this. The name being jam is the perfect way to describe it. It's just strawberry, grape jam, just gorgeousness. I love this color, which is why it's probably the reason why it's been this color for a really long time. What I've also done in the past is I will buy Pulp Riot Cupid, which is kind of a darker pink, as well as Velvet, which is a very dark purple. It really depends on kind of where I want my hair to go. Today I'm going to mix a little bit of Cupid in with Jam just to give it a little bit more vibrancy, but there's definitely been times where I've taken a little bit of Velvet and pulled it through so that there was a little bit more dimension in my hair. If you don't have any way to get Pulp Riot, Arctic Fox is another one that I've used a lot. I've used their Violet Dream color and then their pink that I can't remember the name and mixed them together until it came to a color that was similar to Jam. Velvet on its own is quite a dark purple shade, so it really is more of the pink shade and less of the purple, but just kind of, mixing and just kind of eyeing it on what the color is, when it's closest to my actual hair color. So right now I only really need to do the front of my hair. It's just been bothering me just because my roots are so light. It's very frustrating. So I'm just mainly putting this just at the front. And the nice thing about Pulp Riot and Arctic Fox is that because they are just straight dye, there's no lift, there's no developers. You don't have to worry so much if you go over the time, how long they were in your hair. So when I'm doing my roots, whoa, I get it all over my face. That's a given. But I kind of will just pull it up so that it blends in to the rest of my hair because, I'm doing this at home. I'm being not super fancy with it, so I'm not actually measuring and weighing out the ingredients and stuff. So I just want it to blend with everything else. I always tend to use somewhat of a mixture of adding a little bit of Cupid in, sometimes, adding a little bit of Velvet, just kind of seeing where we're going. So I do kind of pull it up a little bit farther than I need to. And that's just a bit of a refresh too. But what I've found, and it could be just because I've had this color for so long, but I really don't need to touch up the actual whole hair shaft. I don't really need to do like a whole refresh very often. I do my roots, and then sometimes I'll pull the color through if I have extra. Like right now I have some extra, so I might just put a little bit more on or go through and see if there's any more roots that could use a little bit more love, because this is the main area we're focused on, right? Like this is what most of this is what I see. You know, that's what matters to me. The color just lasts a long time, and it could just, I mean, it really could be because I've had this color for so long. With my curly girl routine, using sulfate-free and silicone-free shampoo is also incredibly beneficial to colored hair. So that is also adding on to, it's almost like a bonus. I'm doing it so that I can get my curls back, but because my hair is already colored and because it's, you know, I'm not going back to a natural color anytime soon, it actually is really beneficial for that too, and for keeping the color. And the other thing that I do is that I only wash it with cold water. I'm lucky enough that my shower back here has 2 shower heads. It has that one from above, like a rain shower head, and then it has one over here that is just a normal one, and they both can be different temperatures. So I'm lucky in that regard, because not that it matters right now because it's Arizona and it's July, and the funny thing about Arizona when it's summertime is it's like the opposite of the rest of the world. Most people have to wait for the shower to warm up. I have to wait for the shower to cool down because the shower is way too hot when I first turn it on. That's the nice part about it, is that I can have the rain shower head be very cold for my hair and have the regular one be a better temperature for my body so that I actually don't get very cold. But I think at this point I'm just so used to having to use cold water on my hair, it actually feels weird. When I had my curly girl cut a couple, like last month, it was just almost weird because at first she used warm water. I'm like, what is this? This feels awful. I'm just so used to always doing cold water that it feels good now. But yeah, so that's the main, those are the main colors that I use. Honestly, if you are looking for something like this, I think that Jam from Pulp Riot is by far the best thing that you can get. I absolutely love Pulp Riot colors. They make me super happy. But Arctic Fox is a very close second, especially if you just mix their violet shade and their pink one. I can't remember what the pink one is called. I'm gonna do this, continue to sort of pull it through my hair, make sure that it is actually really saturated on all of these colors, or on all these hairs, because like I said, just the front, it just goes away so fast. I'm not nearly as efficient about re-dyeing the front roots as I wish I was, but I do feel like I need to do it at least once a month. Sometimes I feel like I should do it more often because it really doesn't take very long, and if I'm already going to wash my hair, you know, what's the big deal? You're gonna do this, leave it for a little bit, go do some, you know, house chores or whatever, and then that's about it. So I'm gonna do the front. I might as well do all of the outside edges too, and then I try and do all of my roots and like a color refresh maybe every 8 weeks. I feel like that's a good thing. But just because my actual roots are kind of like an ash blonde on the lighter side, it tends to make it look like I'm graying or like I'm balding, and you know, it's not really the look I'm going for, to say the least. So this is just my really quick, really unprofessional way of getting my roots done. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, and it keeps the hair going. And I mean, you can see just this hair is, I haven't washed it in 5 days, I think, and you can just see it's still got shine to it, and the color is just consistent and it looks good. Not that that has anything to do with the actual hair color, but you know, just throwing that out there. Curly girl is going good. All right, hey guys, fresh out the shower, just put all my curly hair stuff in, and we can see we got some fresh roots. Oh, so much better. So much better. And I'm sorry, my camera is like completely sideways. It's okay. So there you have it. I will go ahead and refresh my whole head, all of my roots, maybe like 6 weeks. I feel like I do the front of my hair every 4 weeks, maybe a little bit more. But as I mentioned before, a lot of the times it's just easy to do it right before I wash my hair anyways. Maybe if I'm doing like a moisturizing mask, a deep conditioner. I could just throw the color on my roots and then do the rest of my hair in a deep conditioner, and that way it's like a 2-for-1 kind of thing. But really easy because it's not lifting or anything. It's not damaging my hair. I can leave it on longer. And the colors, you can see, it lasts a really long time, and it hasn't affected how my curls have been coming through, because they have definitely been a lot curlier than when I first started my curly girl method. So that's about all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. We're going to be reviewing, in case you're wondering, tomorrow's video is going to be comparing the new Stay Naked from Urban Decay and comparing it to the old Naked Skin foundation. See which one prevails in that battle. I'll see you tomorrow.